Murphy, first of all, just how do you assess Barnsley's start to the season overall?
Yeah, I think it's been a very positive start. I know we haven't won in the last couple of games, but I think all in all, I think we started very well, and we know the last couple of games haven't gone our way, but it's fine margins. We were close to a point at Blackpool, and then weren't quite at it against Port Vale, and obviously the sending off on Tuesday night. So I think it's just little things that if they go in our way, I'm sure we'll be back to where we were before and picking up points. So yeah, I think obviously it's disappointing that we've lost the last three or four, but I think we need to remember how well we were doing prior to that and keep our heads high and just keep working hard on the training pitch. And that we know that if we trust each other as players and staff, we know we'll pick up results and everything should be okay. So yeah, I think all in all, it's been a positive start.
I imagine one statistic you and the defenders are desperate to improve is a few more clean sheets with just one so far this season.
Yeah, 100%. Not just myself and defenders, but gaffer, staff, and the rest of the team. We're working really hard on the training pitch to be solid defensively from top to bottom, whether that's our press or defending the box or. So yeah, it's disappointing that we've only picked up one clean sheet so far. I think we were close to one at Huddersfield, close to another one at Blackpool. So like I said, it's fine margin. So I think if we put a few things right, then once we get one, two, three, hopefully they keep rolling in and then we can just leave the boys at the top end of the pitch to do their stuff, and we should be all right.
Is it fair to say, as a defensive unit, it's still a work in progress? Look, you've had a few injuries. There's clearly a lot of new players in the summer. There's new relationships forming. Or is that just a bit of an excuse?
I think there could potentially be an element of that, of new players, injuries and stuff. But I think no matter the back four or five, whoever's playing, we all trust each other, and we all know what's expected of us and the job we're set out to do. So I think there is an element of that, but I don't think that's the problem really. I don't think there is a problem. I just think a few things go our way and then we'll be all right. So yeah.
How have you found working with Scott Flinders since he came back to the club?
Yeah, brilliant. I've absolutely loved it. He's first and foremost a top guy, a really nice person, but also he's obsessed with goalkeeping, obsessed with all his goalies, and he wants to make them the best they can be. So it's been brilliant for me. He's pushing me to the max as well as all the other goalies. We've got a strong goalkeeper group, and as a unit, including Scott, we all push each other to the max. So yeah, it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed working with Scotty.
It's a really young goalkeeping group, isn't it? Do you feel that you're all helping each other to develop and push each other?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely one of the youngest goalkeeping groups I've been in. Obviously I'm only 23 myself, but yeah, I think we all get on really well with each other. We know what's expected in training, and whoever's playing Tuesday, Saturday, whatever, we push them. And yeah, it's a really strong group, and we're getting the best out of each other.
As a goalkeeper, what's the most frustrating thing that you hear when non-goalkeepers are talking about your position?
Do you know what? Probably there's loads of things that I hear, like fans or my brother or my mates or pundits on the TV that do my head in. One of them is can't get beat at his near post. That one, I think that's a myth, because if that was the case, you just stand on your near post and let everything go in the other side of you. And the other one is if he's got a hand on it, he must save it. That one really does my head in, because if someone's kicking a ball at you from 5 yards away at 100 miles per hour, but you got a hand on it, you got to keep it out. So yeah, but I could go on. I've probably got about a million I could say, but yeah, they're my two that stick out.
In terms of how the positions change, I know you're a young goalkeeper, as you say, 23, but I imagine even in the time that you've been developing as a player, the positions changed a lot. Has it changed for the better, for the worse? Do you enjoy kind of how goalkeepers are asked to play now more than maybe how they were?
Yeah, 100%. I think personally it's changed for the better. Obviously having the role of sweeper keeper and being a lot more involved in possession, and I enjoy them things. So I think it's changed for the better. I think it's good that you're seeing now goalkeepers are doing more than just making saves. They're being proactive and playing to their strength. So yeah, I think it's good to have more involvement, and yeah, I think it's changed for the better. But yeah, like you said, even in my short space of playing professionally in the last 3-4 years, you can see that it's constantly changing, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more changes to come.
Is making a good save still the most satisfying aspect of your role?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, making a save, and even like you say, you've got all the other things that are being expected of goalkeeping, but the most important thing is being a good shot stopper and keeping the ball out of the net. In my eyes.
Because you've made a few already this season. Right at the start of the season, I remember one at Plymouth. I remember some other ones as well. What's kind of best one that you could think of so far this year?
My favourite save this season probably be save I made at Peterborough when we played them away. I thought it was a good save, and then I think we went on to score shortly after, and we kept a clean sheet and got the win. So that's been my most important save. And then I did I made a save at home against Bolton from a header late on. I thought that was a good save too. So they're the two that stick in my mind.
You like to, I think I've mentioned this to you before, but you do like to move about a lot. You come out your box a bit more. You're a little bit more proactive with some goalkeepers. Is that something that's a conscious thing for you, or is that just part of your game and how you tend to play?
Well, it was something that was expected of me growing up playing at QPR. They always wanted the goalies to be proactive, to sweep. They wanted to play a high line. And since I've come here, the gaffer was something he expects as well as the keeper to be in a high starting position to kind of sweep. I think it's a strength for my game. I know once or twice I've got it wrong this season, but I'm hoping to sort of nullify them mistakes and know when to come, when to stay, but still help the team out if their ball's in behind. But also, I'm hoping across the course of the season that more shots and opportunities and goals against will be prevented from me being aggressive and adopting that high starting position than the one or two I've got wrong so far. So yeah, I think it's something that I was sort of expected to do growing up in the academy, but the gaffer wants it here as well. So it's something that I'll continue to do.
To be a good goalkeeper, do you have to be brave? Do you have to be proactive? Because I imagine if there is any hesitancy in your decision making, it can really go against you, particularly in your position.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one of the most important aspects of being a goalie is bravery. Not only putting your head in the mix and making big saves and stuff like that, but it's also your decision making when coming out for crosses or sweeping or even being brave in possession when you have the ball. So yeah, I think that is a vital part of goalkeeping, and every goalkeeper needs it.
And just finally, a couple of thoughts on the game this weekend. I know it's been a fairly bruising fortnight from a results perspective, with one Premier League game in there that skews it a little bit. But I imagine you're all keen to go into the international break with a win or at least a good performance.
Yeah, 100%. We know that obviously we got the international break, so we haven't got a game for 2 weeks. So we know also that the results the last 2 weeks, like you said, haven't been good enough. So we're desperate to go Saturday and have a good performance as a team, but also we need a good result. And I'm sure the way we've been working on the training pitch, I'm confident that we could do that.
And good try, absolutely.
Thank you, mate.
You all still seem pretty confident and upbeat. Obviously, 4 defeats in a row, not ideal, but you feel like it hasn't really had much impact on you, is it, in terms of the atmosphere?
No, I'd say in terms of myself and the rest of the team, obviously it's disappointing losing them 4 games in a row, and we don't want to do that. But I think the gaffer and the staff have done a good job of, even when we were winning and flying and doing well, of keeping us grounded. So we didn't get too carried away ahead of ourselves then, and we're not getting too beat up about it now. So I think we just got to say sort of middle ground and just keep working hard, and we know that performances and results will come.
Obviously, we've seen quite a few lone players here over the years. Some sort of really embrace it more than others. You seem to have sort of quite embedded in Barnsley. You've had a few loans. What's it like sort of going out, knowing you're only there for a year, but you have to sort of really just embrace it for that time, I suppose, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. This is my 3rd loan now, but this is the first time that I've been away from home. With my other 2 loans, I was staying at home. So yeah, they've been my favourite loan, and I'm really enjoying it. I've moved up here and living here, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think the club as a whole has like obviously has a massive fan base, but has a massive family feel. Even the staff from day to day in the training ground, it's got a really lovely feel about it, and I'm really enjoying it. My missus has moved up with me and she loves it as well. So yeah, I'm really taking it in and I'm really enjoying myself there.
Great. In terms of your other loans, I think, did you have some in non-league and then Swindon and Stevenage last season? Any of those others stand out as a really good learning experience for you?
I think every single one, even the non-league ones and then Swindon and Stevenage, they were sort of really important for me each sort of step. And I think every loan I've learned something and developed my game. So every loan's been massive for me, and without them loans, I wouldn't have been here now. So I think they've all been really important for me. So I just need to keep working hard and keep pushing.
When you were younger, was there watching football either on TV or in person, were there any goalkeepers that you sort of looked up to and sort of, wanted to kind of emulate and, you liked them as players?
Yeah, well, when I was really young, I was brought up a Man United fan, so I used to love Van der Sar. He was my hero when I was younger. But since I've been a bit older, probably De Gea, Ederson, Neuer, them sort of goalies I looked at for. Yeah, I want to sort of base my game around them.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mark, I am Earth. Are you well?
Hi, how you doing?
Hello, mate. Yeah, not too bad, mate. It's Leon from the Yorkshire Post. Did you start at Wycombe?
Yeah, I was at Wycombe when I was under 8s, under 9s, under 10s, and then their Centre of Excellence closed, and I went to QPR from then. So, yeah.
Yeah. But I suppose you'll have a few family and friends there on Saturday and all.
Oh, yeah, I've asked Reddy for 25 tickets this morning, so he's not happy with me, but yeah.
Brilliant. I'm just looking at your career. I mean, you had a few spells out on loan and everything like that, and how sort of beneficial is that then? I mean, it's I suppose you can learn pretty quickly, can't you? And grassroots level. And how did you find all that?
Yeah, I think it's been massive for me. I think you see it now. Goalkeepers. It was always said that goalkeepers sort of peak around 28 to 30. They've got a bit longer in their career, but more recently, it's been a bit more of a common theme for goalies to go out as young as possible and go on loan and get that experience. And that's the main thing about getting experience, because you can train as well as you want. And I was playing well for the 21s at QPR and the 18s, but it's about playing men's football, and that's the only way you're going to get better for experience in that. So I was desperate to go out and learn as soon as I could. And it's my sort of 5th loan now, including my non-league ones. And I think every single one's been massive for me.
I'd imagine you had a lot of influence at QPR. You've touched on the ball at your feet. I know Senny Dieng, he's one of the best in the sort of championship at that. He must have learned a lot from him in that regard, working with him, I would have thought. Yeah,
100%. I worked with some amazing goalies at QPR, like Senny Dieng, you said, and Kieran Westwood, David Marshall, Jordan Archer, Joe Lumley. There's been loads and loads, like the list goes on. But Asmir Begovic. But yeah, definitely the season Senny was the number 1 at QPR was the 3rd choice. So I'd travel home and away and watching him sort of how he'd prepare in a hotel, how he'd prepare and speak to the lads in the dressing room, and then how he'd go out and perform was massive for me. And it was something that I took loads of things from his game to try and implement myself. But yeah, it was really good learning for me to be around these experienced players and see how they prepare for matches.
I mean, there's the skills you can learn in goalkeeping, ball at your feet, being athletic, this, that, and the other. But it seems to me at the minute, having that a really, really top mentality is massive in your mindset, and being strong. And is that something that you seem quite big on that? You don't mind, you're a good organizer, and you can shout at people if you want, and having that mentality. If you do make a mistake, just forget about it, sort of thing. And I mean, you mentioned one there, Kieran Westwood, and he's one of the best at that as well. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I think it's obviously goalkeeping is a hard position, because if you do make a mistake, it results in a goal. So if you dwell on it, and it sort of hinders the rest of your performance, so you've got to just sort of, as soon as it happens, blank it out, and then you can address it the next day with a goalie coach. So yeah, it's something I've worked on in my career, just any goal really, because I'm a bit of I try to be a bit of a perfectionist, and there's not a goal I've conceded in my career where I thought there's nothing. Every single goal I think, should I have done this? Could I have done this? Even the unstoppable ones, I'm thinking, what if I'd have tried this, tried that? So I think the most important thing whilst the game's going on is just to wipe it from your memory, forget it happened, focus on the game, and then you can worry about it after the game or the next day with the goalie coach. But yeah, it's something that I've sort of worked on when I was younger, and just still trying to carry it on now.
Have you done stuff like, I don't know, listening to podcasts, watching programs, anything like that to sort of, people do that to improve performance?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, you got the Ben Foster podcast. I listen to that. He has loads of goalies on, and they talk about their experiences. And
Yeah.
I worked with a psychologist a few years ago, and that helped as well. So there's stuff that I've done, like you said, to try and help my game and help with that sort of mental aspect, because it's such a massive side of the game that goes a bit unnoticed sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, finally, do you reckon, how does it work? Did you get sort of feedback every few weeks from your parent club, that sort of thing, that they'll have a loans manager?
Do you know what? I'm yet to hear from anyone at QPR. Normally the goalkeeper coach, we sort of do it in chunks of 10, 15 games, but he's obviously got a focus at QPR, and he knows that I'm over here, so I don't think he wants to pester me. But I do. Me and Scott have meetings. Scott Flinders, we have meetings virtually every day on past games coming out. We're always training. We analyze training just to see where we can get better. So yeah, it's good that Scott's going over it with me, and we're just constantly looking to improve.
Yeah, because that relationship's huge, isn't it? You know, you probably see more than Scott than you do the manager sort of thing, don't you?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I think it's good that we've got that sort of rapport and relationship where he can be honest with me, and we sort of, I think we push each other, because I ask him questions and he asks me questions. So we're constantly looking to get better and keep learning.